You've just booked your dream trip and you're offered travel insurance. What do? Maybe you're thinking it's a scam and a waste of money and you really don't need it. Or you've taken trips before and never had insurance. Why should you take it today? Hi, I'm Ann Kulhanek with Premier Travel, where we help couples just like you who are totally confused about planning the trip of a lifetime to actually experiencing a perfectly planned trip. Not only were we going to save you time and money, but we're going to make sure you hit it all and not miss a thing so that you can relax and enjoy your vacation versus worrying the whole time or fearing that you're missing out. Today's topic is travel insurance, and I'll let you know I am not an insurance agent, but I've been a travel agent for 22 years, so I've learned a lot about travel insurance and the practical reasons to either take it or decline it, and I'd like to share those with you today. There are two main reasons that you take travel insurance. The first one would be medical emergencies when you're traveling. So if you get sick or hurt when you're on your trip, the medical part of your insurance would cover any hospital expenses, if you'd need to be airlifted somewhere, or if you're outside the country, even to be flown home on an air ambulance or something like that. The second most important reason is for trip cancellation. And did you know that 92% of the claims that are filed are because somebody had to cancel their trip? Often, when you're booking a big trip, it becomes non-refundable the closer you get up to your trip. So, at the last minute, if you would get sick or hurt or have a family member hospitalized or a death in the family, or possibly even your house burnt down or you lost a job, there is a really good documented reason that you're not able to take your trip. That is for cancellation, and that part of the policy would cover that. As I said, it has to be documented, so if I'm sick, the doctor will actually have to fill out a form when I file my claim saying how I was sick, was I hospitalized, things like that. So it's not just like, oh, I've had a hangnail and I can't take my trip now. So it's something that's really accurate, or it can be proven, I guess. So those are the two main reasons. Of course, there's parts of the policies that are nice as well, like if you would get delayed or miss a connection or other things. But basically, I think the two most often used portions of a policy are those two things. So how do you decide if it's right for you to take a travel insurance policy on this trip? How I decide for myself is how far away is the trip. The further away the trip is, the more I'm inclined to take a policy, simply because I don't know what's going to happen in the future and what's going to come up. And I do have an elderly parent, so that's a concern of mine. The second thing, and probably the most important reason for me, is what was the investment in my trip. If it's a large, expensive trip, I'm more likely to take that policy because if something would come up at the last minute, I'd want to get my money back. If it's just some cheap trip that it's like, oh, not that important, it's coming up quick, then I don't bother with insurance. But it's just that peace of mind knowing that, oh, my mom's in the hospital. I have this big trip planned. Do I cancel it? Because I have the insurance, I can get my money back, or do I have to go on the trip, or do I go, and worry about my mom, or do I lose the money that I invested for that trip? So it gives you peace of mind as well. Ultimately, it's your personal decision. You have to decide if it's right for you or not. And at Premier Travel, what we do to help you decide is we shop for different types of insurance for you, a third-party travel insurance, or look at the supplier that you're booked with. We'll compare the policies along with you and help you decide which one is best for you. If you want to learn more about travel insurance, I do have a blog posted on our website, and that's www.premiertravels.com/blog.